everybody. How's it going?
It's good. Like surprises everywhere today. I know it's a different time and some of us are in a different place. Some of us clearly not in a different place.
It's awesome. And we have our friend here, Andrew, and I didn't want to just put him down because we were having such a good conversation before we went live that I thought, let's just keep him up here. But everybody who's watching, thank you so much for joining us today. It's Thrive o'clock. I don't know about you, but I could use a drink, a strong adult beverage. Not going to lie. Oh, sorry, Rachelle. Anyway.
Don't be sorry. Do not be. This has been quite the week, quite the month already. But yeah, I thought it was May the other day. I was like, it's May. Wait, no, it's April. Yeah.
16th. And my friend Farzine is joining, and he's at KU. He graduated from KU also, Andrew.
Oh, Rock Chalk. All right.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So cool.
Rock Chalk, that's the University of Kansas's cheer for their basketball or football teams. So if you know, you know. It's one of those things.
Yeah, I clearly didn't know because I was like, what?
Yeah. So, Andrew, you got a goofy looking shirt on. What's up with that?
Well, okay. So on Fridays within my organization, we do a live stream every week. And this week, one of the guests works with special education at one of our service units here in Nebraska. And so I wanted to make sure that I had my autism awareness shirt on today because we did not have a live show on the second when it was Autism Awareness Day. I forgot last Friday. And so I wanted to make sure that I was repping some autism awareness gear at some point in this month, noting that it should be something that we're aware of all months of the year, but
yes,
recognizing that here in April.
Stand up again and show us your awesome shirt. I shouldn't have said it was goofy. I'm sorry. That's beautiful.
Be kind, even to
yeah, Mel, be kind. Like. I think she just meant goofy because it had a lot of colors and patterns on it. So, yeah.
Be kind, Farzine. Yes. Don't be talking slander on the football team. But yeah, and so you guys, so I am in a new place today. I'm in Portland, Oregon, and I'm having a weekend to myself, a weekend getaway. And but I am not good with transportation. People were giving me instructions earlier because I wanted to go get a manicure, pedicure. They were giving me east and west directions. And I'm like, frankly, I only know left and right. And then I had a printout of instructions. It was like, turn right in 138 feet. What is that?
Were you counting the feet?
It's like single stepping in front and counting the whole time.
Yeah.
I was so frustrated. And I swear, I'm not making this stuff up, okay? This is why I need a drink. I tried to walk there. I tried to Uber there. I tried to Lyft there. And I tried to get a cab there. And I think this place is like a 12-minute walk, to be honest with you. Frankly, I feel like an idiot. But I tried everything. And But I'm here. I'm here with you guys. So that's wonderful.
You know what would solve that problem?
I tried, Farzine. I tried to use that map. What would solve that problem, Rachelle?
I think you know the answer. Because if we were in Nashville, you wouldn't need to know how to get anywhere because no matter where we need to get to in Nashville, I have an internal GPS. I know where to go.
Right. It's true.
And we'd be together. So I couldn't join you this weekend just because I had a couple presentations to take care of today and, work. So otherwise I was tempted to hop on a plane, use some of those credits from last year and fly across the country. Hey, why not? Tisha's there. You got a lot of people that live in Oregon that we know. Jamie, not Jamie Donnelly, but a different Jamie. And could go see Kathy Sue, although she's a little bit further from there. So.
Well, I'm actually, and I was telling Andrew this earlier, I'm going to see Courtney Farua tomorrow, our friend Courtney, and I'm also going to see Victoria Thompson tomorrow. So I think both of them have been on our show, and I can't wait to connect with them. Saturday, I have a full day. Today, I was just going to do whatever I wanted. Today was do whatever you want, Melody. And I'm still going to try after this. I'm gonna go places. You'll see. But if you could go anywhere, if you could be anywhere, I know Rachelle would be Nashville. Where would you be if you're watching? Where would you be right now if you could be anywhere? You go first, Andrew.
Gosh, I travel a lot, so I kind of get to go the places I'd like to be most of the time. But right now, if I could be anywhere, I'd want to be on a beach somewhere. And that's not usually my jam, but like I'm kind of feeling that. I got a weekend of nothing ahead of me for the most part, which is super rare. So I'm definitely looking forward to just like shutting things down. So throw me on a beach, leave me alone for a couple hours or days for that matter, and that'd be where I'd be happiest.
Nice.
Oh
You
my
could,
gosh.
wow, Rachelle, would it be Nashville for you, or am I wrong?
No, you're right. Although I was thinking about Paris today because the background that I was using for presentations was of the Eiffel Tower, and I thought, gosh, it would be nice to be there. But honest, anywhere that I had some friends to hang out with would be good.
I know. For sure, for sure. Yes. Okay. So one thing that you are going to show us in something. Are you ready to show us this crazy thing that you have? And you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Okay, Andrew.
Weirdness.
It's like, stop. It's not. Hang on one second. I got to get it ready.
Okay.
Hold on.
I feel like there's a lot of things. Rachelle's going to show us something, and it's kind of funny. And I feel like there's a lot of things we could do with it that will be really fun. Okay, but it's not weird. It's really cool.
Yeah, so it is called, and actually how I got this, there was a contest on, I think, Instagram back in the fall, and I had seen it, and I was like, the one was red, so it's kind of hard to tell. So there's a speaker, and I know if Jamie Donnelly watches it, she's gonna be like, oh, it has ears, it's like a cat. But it's called a Tony box. So they have these in the UK, and they have them in the US. So you can get them, you can order them. They have like a starter kit, and there's no screen. So it's an audio, it's like digital storytelling you can use. There's so many different ways you could use it for. So younger kids, bigger kids like myself, you get this, it's very soft. You control the volume with the ears up and down, and then they have these Tonys. So there are, like, if you go to the different, like to the website, or you look on, I mean, anywhere you can get them, they have different characters. Some of them are even Disney. And so there's a magnetic, and I don't know if you can see that it's lit or not, but it runs through Wi-Fi and on an app on your phone initially. But whenever you place the character on, it tells you a story. And then to move it forward and backward, like you push on the sides. So kids, I mean, they can totally self-direct on like the story they want to listen to. But the creative Tonys, you can record your own up to 90 minutes. So a teacher, family, whoever can narrate. Like I could get my students in my classroom to work together on narrating a story in Spanish on the creative Tonys. So then you put it on top, and it takes a second, and hopefully it'll. Oh wait.
I'm a creative Tony.
Can you hear it?
I can help you upload and play your own messages, stories, and songs. I can't wait to get started.
So, and since this one's a creative Tony, it needs for me to record like my own message. And so then as soon as you place it on top, it automatically plays.
I love that.
Yeah. And it's just, they're so cute. You should see some of the characters. They have animals, they have the little people. Yeah. So it was easy to set up. And a couple of weeks ago, or probably a month or so ago, I guess, in Clubhouse, I connected with somebody who actually works with them. And then now they have a Tony's for Teachers program. They started kind of like an ambassador program so people can fill out. And Melissa Hayes, who we had on, I was going to get one sent to her, but then she signed up for it and she has hers. So she's going to try it in her classroom with her students. I know a couple other people signed up with it too, but it's pretty, when I listened to it the first time, I was like, oh my gosh, I had it in my classroom. My students were all coming in like, what's that? What's this? First they said, are you playing with action figures? And I was like, no, I'm not. And truth be told, I do have two of them. I have a creative Tony's and I have another one. And I'm pretty sure that some feline in this house absconded with the other one because I can't find it yet. So, yeah. So anyway.
I can't. That's so cool, but I can't help think of the music group Tony.
That was the music.
Like,
oh yeah.
You remember Tony?
I remember a song. I thought it was Tony. It's a song.
What is that song? I feel like it's trying to break through my brain.
Well,
it's trying to come out. It's like bits and pieces. Yeah, I don't know.
Or
but yeah,
anybody out there?
Yeah, anybody out there? If you're watching, let us know.
Oh yeah, it was a group. And it had 3 different spellings of the Tony.
I knew I wasn't
Yeah.
making it up.
Feels Good is the one song. Now I'm going to start singing that. I've been singing that all
You
night.
should. Yeah, play it. Like it's trying to break through my mind and I can't pull it all together and it's just in pieces.
Yeah. So that was something fun that I wanted to share just because people were getting them this week. I think Melissa got hers in the mail this week or last week, and she was all excited about getting started with it. So
that's so cool.
Yeah.
You know what? You bring up Melissa too. I got a chance to connect with her class. You had redirected the for the mystery Zoom.
Right.
What a joy. That was like the highlight of my week. Those little kiddos were so rambunctious. And I found myself in the middle of this going, if my energy level doesn't just get to like 11, like
I know
we're not going anywhere. And so like I got really wacky, crazy, and just animated and read a story to them. And it was so much fun getting a chance to connect with her class. And I would thank you, for connecting us with that. And it really was a highlight of this week.
Well, she says she's looking for people in Nebraska, and I know too. You're the first one I think of. But did her kids make you their background?
Yes, everybody. It was like the second I got in, and all these screens just have my face, and I can't even tell where I am in the midst of it all. What is
I know.
on
And they're
right
second grade. Second grade. I'm like,
yeah. I
said, I don't know how I feel about this, and you're right. Like you're looking, you're like, wait, which one is actually me? Because
disorienting.
Yeah. Oh man, it was on a Wednesday. I think I did mine with her too, with her class, and it was the highlight. Oh yeah, there you are.
All of my faces on all these different.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh,
so fun. So yeah, it was really, really just great to connect, though, especially like you're saying at a time where we don't get enough of that. Like to be around little kiddos, just and the energy that came with that was super special. Got a chance to read a book. There's oh my gosh, I think I have it here actually. I'm gonna do a little mention for this one. The World Needs Who You Were Made to Be by Joanna Gaines, actually. So kind of people that are a fan of her show. But that book is fantastic. And so we went through that. That's something that me and my son loves that book. So I read to him. He's in first grade. So we got to share that, and it was terrific.
That's awesome.
That is so awesome. And I'm sorry, I have not got to visit with Melissa. Like the times never work out with her. So I feel terrible because I hope she got an Alaska person though.
I don't know because you're like the only one I know. I knew.
Yeah, but there's so many Alaska people out there. But anyway, I hope it works out for her Alaska person. So
yeah.
We were also going to talk about something that happened today. Is we were talking about favorite podcasts, and both of you are podcasting right now. And so tell us a little bit about your favorite podcast. And if you're watching, we would love to know. It doesn't just have to be education, but we'd love to know your favorite education podcast and your favorite just about life. You know what I'm saying? And also, since both of you podcast, what are some tips that you would have for future podcasters, people that are podcasting?
I gave some the other night in a Monday night's formative chat because I forget what we were talking about now, but it rolled around to podcasting and blogging and whatever, and sharing teacher talent to an extent too. And I said about blog or podcasting, and the person said, "Well, I don't know if I'm ready to go there yet." We were sharing some podcasts, and I said, "You just start. You just sit down, open up Anchor, do something, and talk." I said, I started in September 2019. Just all right, I'm going to do this. And I forget how many episodes I've done, but it is just me talking to myself. There are no edits. There's me laughing at myself. And I'm like, it is what it is. But I just share ideas. And I don't know if people listen and get some ideas, or if they're entertained for a period of time. I mean, that's good too. I am behind for this week though. I need to, maybe, I don't know. I'll talk about something. I'll talk about podcasts this week, maybe.
Definitely. I think you should. I'm trying to find the link to the podcast that you are on with Andrew for The Good Life.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Good Life EDU. And you can type in bit.ly, like the bit.ly for that. Whether it's on Spotify or Apple, the capitalization changes that around. But I'm about 115 episodes in across 2 different shows. Mine started with, I worked for a district on personalized learning and trying to like share out some of the stories from the teachers within our district. And so I was like, what better way than to just create some audio files and a podcast so that people within our district and outside would have access to those and could learn, from the boots on the ground, examples of what's going on. And over time, as we invited presenters in, my previous show had like Michael Matera and some different people that joined in that, weren't necessarily from our district, but were friends that were willing to, share out. And since I've entered into my new role here, the last 40 or so episodes have been really just random with great guests, whoever I think is going to be a great conversation. And we have something kind of topical to go through. It has been a lot of fun to be able to have those chats. And so, got some fun guests lined up because mine, I guess I should say, is a little more obviously conversational. I invite people on and just try to give them the space to be their awesome selves. And sometimes those are more Nebraska Central things. And sometimes it's, national voices like Rachelle's, obviously, or I think Matt Miller is going to be coming up here in a couple of weeks. I was talking with Amy Morin. Do you know Amy Morin with 13 Things Strong? She has Strong Kids Do.
I definitely follow her on Twitter.
Yeah, Sarah Thomas was posting some quotes from her, actually. Like I noticed here recently on some social something. And we actually connected with Amy earlier in the week for one of our live shows. And then she's like, I'll do a podcast. And she's awesome as well. So it's a great avenue for me to learn because I'm a verbal processor and somebody that really appreciates being able to have conversations and follow-up questions. And I don't read as much as I should, but I listen to a lot of podcasts. And so it's fun to be in that space.
Can I, sorry, I was going to say, can I tell you what I did to Andrew whenever we were recording?
On this one, I got this is your pod. This is a podcast. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
tell us.
I'll let him tell, because I'm sure it'd be funnier from him because I'm not that funny. But the first question I always ask is, are we on video? Because depending on when we're recording, there are days where I don't feel like doing anything with myself, which lately that's felt like almost every day. But I also like whenever people do use like a Zoom or something, because even though it's just the audio, you have that like face-to-face kind of conversation. So you feel like you're actually talking to somebody. But he does edits, I'm sure, because just in case there's whatever. And so we're talking and he asked me some question and I forget what it was, but Andrew, I'm going to let you say what I did.
So we were talking about filters and Snap, the Snap filter or something for Zoom and whatever else. And with mine and in interviewing other folks, I'm constantly thinking like, okay, maybe what's the next question that I'm going to ask or what might we pivot to? And I'm trying to sort of have this whole larger scope of the conversation going on while I'm also present in what we're discussing. And as I'm in the middle of processing that, I look up and Rachelle has like thrown a filter up and there's like bunny ears and like this bunny face. And it just totally like derailed for a moment. Like the whole, and it was hilarious. It was a funny move.
I couldn't resist. It was, I threw him off. I felt bad, but it was like the movable, because with Zoom, there's so many now. Now you got eyebrows and painted lipsticks and whatever.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, but that's my kind of fun right there. Like, what did I do on a Zoom filter today? Yeah, I had some bunny ears.
I was really trying to see if we could keep it too whenever I was doing the editing. And I was like, I don't think that's going to translate to as funny as it was in the moment, but that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Man, I wish we could do that on this.
I know.
I think if you have that Snap camera is what it's called. I think that you can do that in here, but it does make it a little glitchy sometimes.
You want some bunny ears?
What are the odds you had the exact thing that you did? Like, you must have props up there or just that.
Well, this tags too. I can't rip it off. I have to, because Mel always has so many props, and then
she's
I
good.
have to,
not today.
For every holiday, I have to have like the headbands, Although I really didn't like my St. Patrick's Day one because it was, well, you remember, I said you can put it, I've seen it on a dog. These ones are just like, so they're just still here. I'm not real sure why, but I still have Christmas decorations up in the house too. So it's anybody's guess.
Yeah, I actually don't, which is surprising. But yeah, we got like last month or something, we got rid of those, or maybe in February. Oh, because the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl, we had to get rid of all the Christmas stuff so we could decorate for that. Yeah. But yeah, I have a favorite. I want to tell you a little bit about your podcast, Rachelle. I like your podcast. I think it's very soothing. I think some people have better, like, I like the radio, and my dad used to always listen to sports on radio, and sometimes he would turn the sound off the TV and just listen to it on the radio, or when we were driving back and forth places, we had sports radio on. And so voices are really, really important to me, and you have a very soothing voice. It's just like, and I have to be honest, I haven't listened to The Good Life yet with Rachelle, and I'm sorry, I'm going to. I have to be in a place where I can like listen and just, give it my full attention. I know, like you were saying, I used to be when I was working out, because I used to work out regularly, and I would put that in and it would make time fly, and it was amazing. But now I have to like sit down and listen, and I will. But how do you feel like you've grown in your podcast, like from when you first started till now?
Yeah, when I started, I really thought of it more as like this question and answer, and I wrote down questions and sort of forced the pivot to the next topic. And really, it didn't take long for me to realize that I, for my own sensibility, wanted it to be much more informal and like just a free-flowing dialogue. And so really that process has evolved over time. But I feel like as a classroom, well, as an English teacher, I mean, you kind of get used to that, right? Like you're engaged in conversation, you're thinking about where it might go next, and trying to make sure that your clarifying points as are being brought up. And so I had some experience with that, but over time too, I started to edit it more and more, and it does take a decent amount of time to do that on a weekly basis, depending upon the guest and how many times there's pauses and all the little. I try to get as much of that stuff out to make the conversation as clean and really just as simple as possible. And that's been good, I think, for just the general quality of that conversation. And I think over time, it's like anything else, you just practice makes perfect, and you get better just from being in those situations. The beginning of it, I'm still really, I get a little bit clunky with. I say pretty much the same thing in the first sentence and a half every time. But other than that, yeah, everything else has just been pretty free flowing and fun. So I like being able to do podcasts.
I like what you're saying. And I don't think I say nearly as much as I used to.
Yeah, it factors out once you get used to being in a space, or at least a decent amount of that starts to, I think. Will you put your Bitly in the private chat so I can drop it, so I can share your podcast with others?
What about you, Rachelle? What have you felt like you've grown in since you started podcasting?
Not much. Because it's still me talking to myself. And no, I mean, I don't use anything major. I use Anchor, and I don't know. In terms of speaking, I probably said a couple of times while we've been talking, but I try to avoid that. I've gotten really good at not saying in speaking or presentations or panels and things. And I had somebody say that to me last year that oh, hey, you're one of the few speakers that I've listened to that didn't say I said, that's because I probably fill it with a bunch of other words like and so, or I smack my mouth together. But I don't know. I enjoy recording them, and I've been just doing different types of topics too. Lately, artificial intelligence, I've been talking about coding, or just whatever comes across my mind. A couple of weeks ago, it was the importance of pronouncing the names correctly. And so,
yes.
Yeah. Or knowing
Very
somebody's
important.
name. Yeah. Because it happens all the time. And how often we accept when we don't have our name said correctly, it's okay. But then when you notice that happens to somebody else and their response, it's awkward. So that one, there's no edits. I was walking through the neighborhood, so you will hear birds chirping and probably lawnmowers in the background, but that was my moment to record a podcast on the go with Anchor, which is really convenient for wherever you are. So, yeah.
I like that. You make it sound like anybody could do it, although it does take a lot of practice.
Yeah, I didn't practice at all. I probably should.
I think it takes practice. I mean, I can remember when I first, I'm not much of a podcaster. I like the broadcast. I like the live. I could take all of these streams and put it into a podcast if I wanted one more thing to do. And I just don't, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, oh my God, I just said, but I can tell from when I first started till now, like I don't say, very much, except for just a couple of seconds ago. I think it just takes, you just start talking, and you get in your comfort zone. And, and Andrew, you were saying, like, you say the first thing, the same thing, you repeat yourself. I think that's great. Like, I don't know. I just think it's, it's cool. It's consistent.
Yeah, it gets you in the rhythm, I think, with things, and nobody's perfect either. You're still going to say your ums here and there, but I will say, having edited Rachelle's podcast, she is pretty good as far as not having those pieces in there. Sometimes, on the half-hour episode, 40 minutes is a really fast edit, and 4 hours sometimes for folks that. One of my good friends who I interviewed, and he phenomenal ideas for his classroom. Some of the stuff they do with their government game is just remarkable. But I was joking with him, but it's the fact that he had about 150 in the first 15 minutes. And that you have to take, it helps to take some of that stuff out, right? Because as a listener, you find yourself going, oh boy. So it says quite a bit. And that can help.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it,
You just hit on my filler, because I did catch myself saying, but not so much like a slang, but, and da 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 da. And so, and then, but no,
So we're getting close to the end, and we have to end it with a really fun thing. So would you rather say a lot, or would you rather say a lot?
Yeah.
Are
we playing a game? I wasn't ready.
Yeah, we're gonna play a game too, for sure. But until you find your questions,
I got it.
We can always go to sweet. Okay, let's go.
No,
I'm ready.
No,
and now that Andrew's here, he's funny.
Oh, I will share a little sweet with you. This really quickly. I have, and it reminded me of a new show I'm watching on Netflix too. Coincidentally, actually, it's not new. It's old, I'm sure at this point. But one of my students has been doing origami and just folding paper and doing things, and just made me a little heart.
Oh, that's
cool. So cute.
It's kind of flattened now because of the transportation part, but it's right here. And I just thought I hope it's not an assignment for a class. No, I'm kidding. It's not. But it just handed to me and said, "Oh, I just made this for you. I wanted you to have it." I was like, "Oh, wow." It's the nicest thing. So
that is so sweet.
I just
that is so
that is
so sweet.
That was well done. That was pretty well done there.
So I'm we need to do this, right?
Oh gosh, is another one. Oh
yeah.
I used to say all the time. I would say it as
we just lost people. They're not viewing. I can't take the likes and the so's.
Yeah, they just out for that reason. See?
Hey, Barbara. Do you have a sweet, Andrew? Before we go to the Would You Rather, do you have a sweet you want to share?
No.
I know Barbara does.
My leftover Krispy Kreme coffee from this morning.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Tasty. Very good.
That's all I got.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
This is more, it's not really would you rather, it is, but it's kind of like a this or that. It's a little bit quicker. I don't have to read long sentences or anything. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Mel, I know what you're going to say for this one. Arctic or desert?
I'm desert.
Desert all the way.
100%.
Yeah.
Over the Arctic.
Palm Springs, that whole,
Ooh, Palm Springs would be a good one. Yeah.
That was almost my place, but I need a little more water. I needed that beach from earlier.
All right. Well, here it leads into the next question. Beach or forest? That one's going to be tough for you, Andrew.
Beach. And actually, though, I think Melody's probably close to a place where she could get both at almost the exact same time.
Yeah.
You gotta go out to the canyon.
If I could
You can
get
find
anywhere at this point, I would do it.
Oh my! You'll get out somewhere. I mean,
No, I gotta say this though. Forest is too enclosed for me. Not feeling that. That's why I like the Southwest so much, because it's just open and you see all how beautiful it is. Dry climate's good stuff.
okay. Comedy
Michelle?
or what?
Answer. Do you want the beach?
I want the forest.
Oh,
Sorry. I don't know.
That's so sweet, Barbara.
I love trees, and I know there's palm trees at beaches, but I don't know. I like the forest by
That's
a
cool.
beach. A forest by a beach.
That's good. I take that one. And thank you for sharing your sweet, Barbara. All right, give us another one. Hit us.
Comedy or romance?
Why can't they be together?
Rom-com.
Nope. Rom-com. Well, if that's what you're going with, then I guess I can't argue.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk that fine line between those two. That was good.
All right. Rom-com it
Put
is.
together. Mm-hmm.
Dine
A
in.
steamy one. A steamy
No.
rom.
Okay. No. Next question.
Nero.
Dine in or delivery?
Delivery right now.
Yeah, I'm in a delivery mode.
Okay. Flying or driving? Flying or driving?
Probably flying. I do like driving though. That's closer than you might think for me, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible driver. Like most people could come to this place and rent a car and just drive wherever they wanted. I'm a terrible driver and I have no sense of direction. So I'm just going to go with flying because other people are doing it.
All right.
Which is, I feel terrible.
Movie or music?
Oh,
I mean, what is the context to this?
there you go. Yeah.
There's none. It's legitimately movies or music.
For me,
I'm
though,
going to say,
go ahead.
yeah, go ahead, Andrew. No, you go ahead.
So I feel like in the morning, music or podcast, like that's my, I don't, even if I have all the time in the world, I just like kind of like waking up to some good jams. But going to like in the evening, I totally want a movie. I just want to like zone out, have something relax, situational.
Yeah,
agreed.
That's true.
I can't do chores without listening to music. Like I can do anything if I got my earbuds in and I'm listening to music.
See, that's where podcasts come in for me too, though, is like, I would get most of my podcasts when I'm like making dinner or doing laundry or cutting grass or whatever. I feel like I can kind of do that, half this task, half listen.
Mm.
What about you, Rachelle? Why don't you answer any of these?
Because I'm the one asking them. Music. Definitely music. I love music. So piano or guitar?
Ooh.
That one's tough for me.
I'm going to say guitar.
I'm going to say guitar.
I got a piano and a guitar behind me, so I'm going to have to go with guitar because I definitely need to practice. Although I would like to get back to playing piano again, too. So, wow. Okay, 2 more. Video games or board games?
Board games.
Board games, yeah.
Yeah, I like board games, too. Unless it's Word Feud. I play with my dad, and so that's my one exception. Or if it's like the, I bet it's like the, wow.
So
wow.
what are you getting at there? Like,
yeah.
What are you saying?
And I can't even see you on the screen because I got the screen with the questions on right now. So I was going to say, unless it's the original Pac-Man at the Orlando airport, there was a huge life-size Pac-Man game that when I went there years ago after FETC, I was just a little kid again.
Yeah.
Although it didn't cost a quarter. It was around $5 to play, so it wasn't quite the same. But
you're rich, so it's okay.
Yeah, loaded, totally loaded. Okay, last question. Nashville or New York City?
I'm going to say Nashville.
I'm going to say Nashville as well. I do have to say though, so I accepted a job in Nashville at one point in time and then turned it down. There's a long story behind that, but I like Nashville quite a bit. The Nashville of like 10, 12 years ago favorite place. That might even been where I would have wanted to travel to. Nash Vegas right now, but I'll take more like Printer's Alley and like some of the other places that are a little off, like the off Broadway.
Right.
So,
Andrew, I don't want you to take this the wrong way at all. This is
this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good, whatever this is.
I feel like Rachelle and I are always talking about girls trips, and then we talk about Vegas, and there's like a group of us that we're really going to go sometime when it's, you should come too. I feel like you would blend in with you, even though you're not a woman and you're not feminine anyway, but I feel like you would just, don't take that the wrong way, but I feel like you should come. We'll laugh.
I would go and I would have fun. Yeah. And kind of fit in most places.
You would be the only man that we would invite on our girls trip.
It's so funny.
Well, that would be fun. We'd have a good time.
Would you say not that you're a woman and not that you're feminine in any way, but good to know.
Great times though with some of our friends out, and I've been the only dude. Like there was one of the Q conferences, Tisha and Tara and Jen Costa-Todd. All of us. We spent a whole night kind of running around Palm Springs. It was so great. I had so much fun. I'm in for any of that stuff.
Awesome. We'll just make an exception on the t-shirts we make, just saying, but it's all good though. I'm just joking. What, do we have any more that you want to ask, or?
No, I want the last words to be that you chose Nashville.
Nashville.
Actually, they weren't. I want to leave it at Nashville with our question, not the Andrew. I don't know how this is going to come out, but
I meant it in a good way.
I know.
Those are yours, Andrew. I'm so glad you were able to come today, and I hope that other people will actually follow you if they're not. I mean, you have a ton of followers, but here's on the ticker. You can follow Andrew at Easton A1. It's Easton, not Eastman, and at AndrewEaston.com. Yeah, I always check. Yeah, and oh my God, now I can't stop saying it. I feel like if I can't go live with you, Rachelle, Andrew is the perfect person to replace me.
Oh yeah, I know. But you're doing a great job, Mel. You're doing a great job. Doing a great job.
You're so sweet. And for anybody who's been sticking around watching us, we're so appreciative, and thank you for that. And we'll see you on Monday. But Andrew, do you have any last words you'd like to share before we go?
No, I just say thanks for the opportunity to share. I hope everybody has a tremendous weekend and gets recharged. Home stretch here. End of the school year is coming up. Hang in there. I know I don't want to be toxic positivity, but I do just want to send good vibes out there and say it's close. And I hope that we can all get through these last few weeks knowing that a well-deserved break is not in the not too distant future.
Amen. Yeah. Amen. Hallelujah. Yes. And with that, we bid you adieu.
Adieu.